Ostomonday. Woo! Today's vlog is kind of like a review of a couple of products, but also kind of what I use as a solution to a particular problem I have with the fact that my ostomy is very close to where my midline incision was. I had a laparotomy for my ostomy, and I was very, very small when they I'd lost a lot of weight, so they didn't have a lot of space to kind of work with, and everything is very sort of close together. And now I've put on weight, it's like as if everything is kind of all squished in the middle, and then I've got like space on the either side. So it's very difficult to me to get the base plate to stick to where the scar tissue is of my midline incision. So there's a couple of products that I've tried. I'm still on the quest to find the right kind of product, but these are things that have kind of worked so far, but I'm still looking for ideas. But it might be something that works for you if you have a similar problem. The first thing I tried was kind of like a double layer situation. There's a product called Duoderm, and you can either get the normal thin one or there's an extra thin, and it's by Convatec, and that's the box. So it's the Duoderm, and it comes in a thing of 10, and basically it comes in like a little pack like this, and that's the actual product, and you just open it up, and it's like having a layer of skin to work with almost, and you can basically cut it to whatever shape you want, so it's quite flexible, and it feels kind of weird. But what I used to do was kind of cut like a tiny little strip and then another little strip, and what I started doing was layer that first on where the scar tissue is, because that stuck to the scar tissue quite well. Then I'd put the appliance on where the edge of the appliance would sort of go along the sort of Duoderm, and then the second strip I'd put on top, so it's almost like sandwiched on, and that worked okay, but it just took a long time to keep doing. But the other thing was I had where I kept having leaks, the skin kind of wore away almost, it kind of eroded, I guess, I don't really know how to put it, and I had to have like an absorbent sort of swab on it. I use Aquacel to absorb the kind of, it was like a wound, I had to kind of dress it, and this was great to put over the top because it was right under where my bag was, so that was perfect to kind of put over where the sore skin was to let it heal, but then still be able to stick the bag on the area. So it's very good, but it just, for me and what I was using it for, took a long time, and I thought there might be something out there that wouldn't take so long. But generally I think it's a really good product. Other companies do similar products, it's just that this was the first one I tried and it was perfect for what I wanted it for. But it helped. I did have a really, really bad area where it gave it a chance to heal up, and it was perfect. So I recommend trying that if you have something similar where you've got like a bit of sore skin that you just want to let heal. You know, if you have a leak in the same place every time, it will, you know, the skin will get more and more sore, so it kind of gives it a chance to kind of recover, so you can kind of protect it with this. So I highly recommend that. So that's a Duoderm, Convatec Duoderm, and I use the extra thin one, but you can get just, I think it's just the thin, or I can't remember now. But it just say it's a hydrocolloid dressing for use on post-surgical wounds, lightly exuding traumatic wounds, and superficial pressure sores. Can't speak. So that's that. Then moving off from the Duoderm, I then tried something else called Flexifix. It's Opsite, who they do a lot of transparent dressings and stuff like that. But I used to use this when I can't remember how I used it before, but I've had Opsite dressings before, back when my midline was still healing, because it popped open, so I had to then have that dressed, and it healed from the inside out, so that took like 10 months to heal, which sucked. But this is basically, it's kind of like a tape. It comes in like a roll, And I think you can get it in either, it might be in different widths as well, but you can get it in different lengths. And if I could take off the blooming thing. It's basically, it's a bit fiddly, this is, to kind of use, because you kind of peel off the back. If you've used Opsite before, you'll know what I mean, because you kind of peel one layer off, and then you peel another bit, and then it's like, it seems quite complicated. It's like 3 steps to just stick one thing down. But it's absorbent, you know, it's, no, it's not absorbent, it's waterproof, it's, I don't know if it says actually, transparent adhesive film roll. And it's waterproof and bacteria proof, that's what I was trying to get at. It basically comes in a roll like this, and it's kind of like tape. And obviously you cut off how much you want to use. So I would use sort of like that much at a time, but like a couple of strips, and kind of fit it round the edge. And it was fine. It's kind of waterproof. Well, it is waterproof, but again, it didn't stick to the scar tissue very well. I think it needs healthy tissue for it to stick onto, and because there is no like healthy tissue at all where my midline is, it's ridiculous really. Because it dints in. It's not like a scar tissue and then not normal tissue on the other side. It's like my abdomen's there, belly button's in the middle here. It kind of does that, so it kind of goes healthy tissue, scar tissue, healthy tissue. It's awkward. It's bloody annoying. So yeah, this was another. I recommend this if you have healthy skin, that you just want extra sort of security. And yeah, it's quite good. The one thing I did notice is they always had to order it in stock for me, so it's obviously, it must be more of a special product for me. But this is Smith & Nephew Opsite Flexifix. So that's that. I don't really use that anymore that much. I'll probably use it if I sort of run out of everything else. So that's that. And then after that, because it wasn't sticking to the scar tissue, I was thinking, right, I'll try something else. And someone recommended the Ostofix 40, which are actually they're called security frames on this. They're called security frames, and it's basically Ostomart do this. That's the company, and it comes like this. So you kind of stick it on the edge. You probably, in reality, if you had perfect skin and it was all like easy peasy, it'd be like that around your bag. So obviously you'd have one side on one side the other, easy. But because that is quite wide, and I don't have enough sort of space, it's probably half of that. So I would cut half. I'd either cut halfway, so it's like I end up with 2, or I just cut into sections, and that's probably the easiest way for me to do it. So I'll cut into like a little sort of, probably use like a third each time, but just like halfway. I'm not really explaining it very well. I'll cut it in half, and then I'll split that into thirds, and then I'll sort of fit it round because it's easier for me that way. And someone said this is really good if people have trouble even getting it off in the first place. And it's best out of all of them, I think, for sticking. It's just that it will still unstick, and it's mainly when it gets wet. But I don't know if this actually is waterproof. I'm sure it was. I don't have the leaflet, but I'm sure this was supposed to be waterproof, and it still unsticks. But this is the closest I've gotten. Plus it feels really soft. Like the material's kind of like... So that's as close as I've got so far, but it's still not quite there. I need something like with the strength of super glue, but it's really, really like kind to your skin. So if anyone has any suggestions, that'd be great. So yeah, that's kind of my very quick and rambly reviews. I say quick, I literally just rambled on for like 5 minutes. Yeah, if you have any ideas of how I can make the edge of my base plate stick to the scar tissue of my midline incision, that would be really helpful. Especially anyone who work at the manufacturers of said appliances, such as Coloplast or Hollister or, I don't know, any of them. Just give me ideas. Yeah, I'm kind of struggling of ways to kind of stick it, and it's been 2 years and I've still not found the product. I think that's the thing. I think sometimes people think, oh, I've found everything, and there's going to be new products that come out that you want to try, like anything, I guess. I guess it's just finding the right thing. But if it ain't broke, don't fix it. What works for you will work for you, but I've just not found the complete solution just yet. I'm almost there. I'm like 90% happy with what I use. It's just that 10% where the stupid edge of my bag just doesn't stick, and it's just annoying. Actually, no, I do have one more thing. I have another stoma, and I currently use a Sensura flat, but it's quite big, and actually I don't need it to be that big, so I kind of need a mini version. So I may have to ring my current supplier and see if they do the same with what I've got, but just like smaller. So I'm probably, okay, so I'm 85% happy with what I've got. Yeah, 80%, yeah, I could do with some improvement. Oh, and the other thing, actually I won't go into a rant because I'll be talking for ages. I'll save that for my next one. But I'll try and remind myself, the belts. I'm going to go into probably a full rant next week about the belts, because it really, it annoys me. So anyway, I'm going to go because I'm hungry, and I think that's why I'm rambling. I'll hope you're all happy in your little ostomy land. And if you have any suggestions for these videos, by the way, please tell me, because I don't want to be talking about stuff that you really don't care about. If you find this useful, that's great. But yeah, give me some ideas. Give me some topics that I can talk about. If it's something that you want to ask, or something you want me to review, or anything like that, let me know and I will do it. So yeah, see you in the next Ostomonday? See you in the next Ostomonday video.